I'm interested in hub marketing and running out of ideas of where to give my signature talk. Well, hey, first of all, the fact that you even have a signature talk and you're thinking about that is fantastic. I'm a dating and sexuality coach, and boy, is America nervous about these topics. These are pain points that people don't gather around. So I would love ideas on how to get in front of people. I've tried women's business groups, divorce groups, creative groups, but I'm running out of ideas. So Kimberly, where are you based?
I'm in Oakland, California.
Okay. So, so you're trying to find other places to reach these people. So what did you find when you've spoken to the women's business groups, the divorce groups, creative groups?
Yeah. So when I bring up sex, there's a like, oh, no, 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 no. And when except then someone in the audience or someone in the side will be like, wait, that sounds really cool. Wait, why aren't we doing that? But like on the official,
Oh,
so it's like a twofer. And then in the dating, it's been a lot of pushback, like, oh no, all our members are happily married. It's like, no, they're not. I know they're not. I can read the statistics.
right.
Because both of the topics are a little bit taboo and a little bit painful. So it's not like I'm going to find a room full of these people gathering around these topics that have shame. Right. So I have to find other rooms full of people where they
Okay.
might be some percentage of them are interested in this.
Okay. So first of all, in the chat, if anyone has any ideas as we're talking for Kimberly, just type Kimberly's name in all capitals with a colon and put your ideas afterwards, and Kimberly can check those out. So let me broaden the topic just so others can think about this too. It's an important question in niching is what if your people are ashamed of their symptoms?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. What if it's, an addiction of some kind and they don't just go around talking about their addiction or, um, you know, uh, yeah, it's on some taboo topic of some kind, the kind that it's not polite conversation. What do you do? In my membership, I have a whole thread on this topic so I'm just trying to remember things that I've said in the past. Okay. So, but let's just think about hubs. So, right, where else do you bring the signature talk? Well, one is, what about just women's groups, like kind of women's empowerment, women's circles? Have you tried that?
Yeah. It's, it's, it's a, I don't want to insult anyone, but usually the person in charge of those groups is someone, I'm just speaking from the cuff here, someone perhaps a little smug who's got their life perfectly fine and they're supporting everyone else and they're not interested in this pain point.
They're
Does that
not.
make sense? So like the entry is a little bit tricky and I say, well, I mean, I just had a talk this morning. I'm like, everyone is looking for love. Everyone deserves love. And there may be more people in your group than you think who are, needing comfort and solidarity and they just haven't spoken up because it's not something we talk about. So the gatekeepers, how shall I say, the gatekeepers aren't single mothers who are lonely and want to date because they can't be running women's groups. But they might be in the group and really thankful for support and acknowledgement.
There may be also, sometimes we can think laterally or obliquely on these things. For example, um, the kind of women who are into the stuff you're teaching and talking about, what else might they be into? What other kinds of things might they be fascinated by? Like, for example, are they into indigenous spirituality? Are they into social justice? Are they into the Democratic Party, the Republican Party? Are they?
Yeah, they are into politics
Okay, so there you go. That's not
and the
every.
arts. Yeah.
There you go. So this is important. That's not everybody's list.
Okay.
There are absolutely people I could talk to. Are they into politics? Fuck no.
Oh no, they're all Hillary people.
Okay. So then,
Like
what
they're
else?
white pantsuit ladies, but they never get to talk about sex.
Okay. Anything else you can tell us about them at the psychographic level? That's so psychographics for everyone. These are like the inner things. Like what scenes are they a part of? What are they into? For example, vegan is a
Mhm.
psychographic. A Burning Man, being a burner is a psychographic. Being a hippie is a psychographic. So, like, how else do they identify? What communities do they see themselves as a part of? Do you think?
More like running, CrossFit, less. I live in Oakland and there are burners all over the place, but my demographic are the people who would not go to a Burning Man orgy fest, but still want their sex and
Yeah,
spiritual lives to improve. So fitness and Buddhism, there's a ton of Buddhists.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to Zumba.
Zumba, yes.
Yeah. So I would make a list of those things because you could go to somebody who runs a Zumba class and say, look, this just may be completely out of left field and make no sense, but I've got this thing I do. I think some of your clients might enjoy it. Here's the arrangement I was thinking. Here's what's in it for you. I mean, no pressure on this, but you just kind of start to lift it up as a possibility. Um, Here's the other move I would do. I can't recommend this highly enough for basically everybody, especially if you're working locally or you have some aspect of your business that's local and you're trying to connect with hubs, but it feels awkward and strange. And how do you do it? Is host a hubs gathering. So in your case, I would make a list of all of these hubs, all these people who are connected to these women, all the different types. I mean, I love the idea of fitness trainers, yoga teachers, hello, all the Buddhists, the meditation teachers, people who run women's circles, anyone who's reaching this particular flavor of woman, yeah? You make a list of those. And now you're getting lots more in the chat. Thank you, everybody who's sharing your ideas.
And sharing, it's not just women. I work with men a lot too.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I work with men's groups.
Perfect. Okay. So, but so you might take this men versus women. You might take different. Let's focus on women for the moment. Um, but you think, okay, the kind of women who I want to reach, who's already reaching them? You make that list. Where are they already spending money, even if it seems completely fucking unrelated to what I do? That's number one. Number two, you book a space for a certain date, anywhere from 2 to 3 months from now. Three, you invite them together. I would say no more than 25, but you say, look, we all reach this kind of woman. And I don't do everything, certainly. I mean, the women who I work with, they need help with fitness, they need help with, spiritual issues and things that are, beyond my pay grade. And it just seems like, but we're all reaching the same woman, and there's probably ways we could be supporting each other, working together, referring to each other, or at least it'd be good to like, I have to refer out, and I'd love to meet you personally, and maybe this would be a benefit to you all too. But you host this gathering where you bring all the people together, and of course, you'll get who you get. There's probably people you already know who you could invite to this to just start to stack the decks a little bit. And you get the people, and then when they come, the format very simple. You 3 hours. The first hour just mingling, just hanging out. Maybe you just cater it. Just get some Costco veggie platters, right? Like, doesn't have to be extravagant, but you just hang out. You're chilling. Number two, for the second hour, it's just a go around circle. Everyone gets 2 minutes to introduce themselves and just, who are you? What do you do? What's coming up next for you? This is this. And third hour, you just hang out. And this sounds like nothing, but it's so profound because what happens is, first of all, they're not coming for you at all. They're coming because it's a great networking opportunity. They're going to meet other people. But during that time going around the circle, you have the list of all the names. And you just start circling the names of the people you want to talk to more. Because some of them you'll cross out and like, God, just never invite them again to anything. Another one, you'll circle and put stars next to like, oh my God. And when you go up to that person that you really loved, at the end, you say, we got to go for coffee sometime. I pretty much guarantee they will say, yes, we do. Right? So you, if you did that once a quarter for the next year, it gets easier every time, yeah, because some of them will want to come back. So that's already, you got more people. But also they'll tell their friends about it. It's like, oh yeah, my friend Jane went to that thing last time and it was so fantastic. And at that event, one of the things I would say is give everyone a little index card and just who should we invite to the next one? You know, this is so important that we all know each other because none of us can do everything. And we should know what our options are. It'd be really helpful. So it just becomes a networking thing. I tell you what, by the end of the year, you will be the most networked and well-known person in that scene. So that's my advice.
Thank you so much, Tab. And I love throwing parties. So that's
Okay.
it. That's totally in my wheelhouse. Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Perfect.